All right, so today what we're gonna be doing is Kyle's coming over. We're going to do a chain and a fuel drain, I think, on his 09 CRF450. Herschel is coming over with the 80, which is now gone, as you can see. We changed the petcock on it in a different video. We put a different slide in it, and I don't know if Herschel recorded that, but it runs awesome now. So I think we're probably gonna do a drag race with it and the CRF110 today. And then the big thing today, I think I have a buyer for my motor for my TRX right here. So we're gonna be pulling the motor out of this and all the other stuff. I gotta pull the tank and everything. And we're gonna pull the motor from the CRF. So I gotta drain the coolant and some other things. Probably just pop the radiator hoses off. Hopefully make it nice and easy. We'll take the exhaust off first. Plug the inlets, take all the plastics off so we don't want to scratch anything while we're undoing everything. And probably go from there. So we'll probably time lapse some of this. We'll film some of it. Not really sure in what order, but yeah, see you soon. All right, so I think the plan of attack is gonna be to pull all the plastics off, probably put it on the couch, put all the bolts in nice bags, label them up, and we're gonna take all of them off just so it's nice and easy to get all the electronics out. We'll see kind of what we're working with as far as electronics go. We'll undo all the zippers and everything, and then we'll unbolt the motor, pull it out. We need to loosen the rear wheel, so I need to put it up on the stand, make it easy, put the cowie down over there. And yeah, we'll go from there, and then we'll probably just time lapse it. All right, so first things first, we're gonna take out the skid plate. It's nice and protected so that we can put it up on the stand. And then what we can do is we can pull the motor without pulling it off the stand again. So I think that'll make it really easy. Probably time lapse this part and then time lapse all the plastic taking off because that's easy. And then once we get into the motor, we'll take you more in depth and show you how. So. All right, so we got that exposed, pulled the plastic off. You can see all these different wires and clips and everything. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna take the rear plastic off, and then we are going to pull the battery so that we don't mess up any electrical stuff, pulling wires or any of that stuff first. We're gonna leave the radiators and everything alone. We're gonna pull the wires out separate. We'll unplug everything, make sure it all goes back together nice and neat. And we'll go from there. So we'll see how hard it is. Again, we're keeping everything together with Ziploc bags. Just trying to make sure that we don't lose any bolts because we do need to put this all back together because I want to sell it as a complete roller. So if you're interested in a brand new 2020 for a CR500 project or anything like that, please let me know. And we can make a deal happen. Bolts are nice and neat. It's important you take the time early. It's definitely worth it. Because you definitely want to put this back together quickly. In the best shape that you can. See, that just pops right off. So there's some reflective tape for the plastics and everything, some foam for vibration. Honda builds these things really well. But you can really see kind of the inner workings right now, which is pretty cool of all this. So I'll grab the camera, give you kind of a once over. So you can see all the electronics, nice titanium tank. It's too bad they hide it with plastic. More electronics for the fuel injection. You got the air filter there. You got all these nice welds, the exhaust. Look at those dimes stacked. That's pretty cool. We are probably gonna take maybe just the mid pipe off. I don't think we need to take the tailpipes off, but we'll see what we need to do to get the throttle body and all the injector out. So this could be easy. This could take a little bit of time, but we'll keep you updated as we keep going. So there you go. All right, so we got all the plastic off. You can see the tank, see the ECU right there, air filter, the battery setup. We need to, we're gonna take that off next, again, to make sure that there's no weird electronic stuff that goes on. Subframe, looks like it's in pretty good shape, so I'll walk around the other side too. You can better see all the radiators and the hoop of the frame, which is kind of cool. You can see all that. So we are gonna have to pull the tank as well. And so we'll have to dig in here and kind of see what all we need, but yeah, it's going pretty well. So we'll keep giving you these little updates and time lapses, and we'll keep going from there. Thanks. All right, you join me as I am taking off this intake cradle. I think I'm gonna have to do that to get a good look at the fuel injection area. It looks like this just really mounts to the airbox, the top of it. I don't think it's structural to anything else, but it has all the electronics on it too. So we'll wanna remove that just to be able to get good access to them all. We did get the tank loose, so we have to get under there somehow and unplug and undo the fuel line and all that kind of stuff to the injector. Make sure that we can be as gentle as possible. We don't want to break any connectors or anything like that. But you can see there's the shock adjustment, compression, high, low speed, and some other stuff. So we did remove the battery. That's over there. You can see that in the walkthrough. And yeah, we'll keep going on it. Thanks. Kyle and Herschel just showed up. What's up? So, I've got all this apart. This stuff all just pops out of this little metal thing. So don't actually pull the clamp because I might have broken one of these, but that's fine. So all these electronics freaking everywhere. Let's see, all these electronics, disconnected that earlier. This wiring harness is gnarly. More electronics there. So we're gonna pull the intake right now, and then we need to pull this air sensor, basically. I don't know if it's a temperature sensor or something. And then we can start undoing more of the wires, basically, once we get kind of all the computers unplugged and all that good stuff. We're gonna, again, try to pull the tank because that has some wires underneath, but hopefully with the intake boot off, we can access more of it. I'm just kind of scared to break anything because there was some resistance, so. We'll check from underneath. Yeah, there's a plug there that I need to get to. See right in there. So we'll get there in a minute and more soon. Right, so we got the exhaust pipes off. So we had to pull the rear off first just to make it easier. So we got all that laid out here nicely. So the next step is we need to pull the throttle body off so that we can get the engine out. I still need to drain the coolant and kind of not wanting to do that because it'll make a mess, but shouldn't be that hard. Got some of the wires done, everything exposed really, so we're getting there. And then we got to pull this. This is way easier to pull just because there's way more room to work. Everything's crammed in this thing. Packaged really tightly, but really nicely. And then, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we'll keep updating you. More time warps or whatever you want to call them. Undid all the wires here. Need to pull this up in there. Pull that off. This is loose. Clutch cables. And then it should be good to go. A little time consuming, but honestly it's gone really smooth, and just looking forward to putting it in the quad and firing it up, riding it down the road. It'll be pretty sweet. See ya. All right, we're draining the coolant on the bike. We are gonna put the different water pump cover on when we do the conversion, so we don't need all the coolant. Herschel brought up the great point that this has a drain on it so that we don't make as big of a mess. Just save this little bolt here. We're gonna need to tip it up, so we'll borrow the stand after these gentlemen are done over there. They're doing a wheel. While we're waiting for that to drain, look at all the sand that came out of Kyle's swing arm. That all came out of this hole somehow. It's amazing. It's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I have a mini dune in my garage now, so thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
It's freaking sick. Freaking stoked. And look, soon we're gonna do another build. We're gonna rebuild this thing, fresh plastics, clean it up real nice, maybe some wheels. That came out really nice. So coming soon to a garage near you.